Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a more personal Q&A. I have gained a lot of subscribers recently, which is seriously amazing. Like, I can't believe it. It's just the coolest thing. Thank you guys so much for wanting to be a part of, my journey here on YouTube, but of course just a part of my channel. So since there are so many of you, I really wanted to do a Q&A video so you guys can just get to know me better. So I asked you guys the other day on Instagram if you had any personal questions for me, and I'm going to be answering as many as I can in today's video. But before I jump into the questions, I just wanted to say I'm getting pretty close to 50,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. I can't even wrap my mind around that. But I want to do a big giveaway when I do hit 50K. But I don't really know exactly what I should give away, because I know my channel is mainly health, so I could do like a lot of healthy foods or maybe just like snacks that I personally really like, so you guys could try them. But I also do some beauty stuff, so I don't know if the giveaway should be kind of a mix of the two of those. Let me know what you guys think, because you are going to be the ones probably entering this giveaway and potentially winning it. So I want to know what you guys would like to see in the giveaway so I can start working on that, which is so exciting. Alright, so let's get into the questions. The very first one is, what is the one skincare product you can't live without? Oh, that's a hard question. Honestly, I have two that I can't choose between. One would be the Paula's Choice 2% BHA. I'm obsessed with that stuff. And also just oil. Any kind of oil for my skin. I really like argan oil. Sometimes I use coconut oil, and then I just got jojoba oil, so I'm excited to try that. What is your advice for starting out YouTubers? My advice would be, whatever you're going to be talking about on your channel, make sure that it's something you know a lot about, something where people can learn from you, basically just something that you could offer differently than what everyone else is doing. And then my second piece of advice, which is huge, is just staying consistent. Consistency is so key. Growing up, what inspired you to be a dietitian, and do you plan to get more dogs in the future? So for the first question, what inspired me to be a dietitian? Honestly, I was just super interested in the biology of the body and how nutrition interacts with it. I absolutely love the science side of everything. I always want to know why. When someone tells me a certain fact, nutrition-wise, I want to know what's going on in the body. I want to know like everything that's happening behind it so I can fully grasp and understand why certain things happen or why certain things interact in a certain way. So I absolutely love the science end of it. I love physiology, biology, all of that. So it was just super interesting to me, and that was kind of what drew me to it in the first place. And then once I started learning more about it and just learning how to incorporate all that knowledge with food itself, it was a no-brainer. Of course I wanted to continue because it was just so interesting to me. And do we plan to get more dogs? Probably not anytime soon. Rosie's great, but she's a handful. Although I will say we are watching my parents' dog this week. She's staying with us. She is a black lab, and she is so chubby and adorable, and I love her so much. And I'm kind of liking having two dogs in the house, not gonna lie. What does your current workout routine consist of? I know you mentioned another marathon in one of your videos. Current workout routine is actually very chill. It's probably the most relaxed it's ever been. I'm just not putting a whole lot of thought or stress into my workout routine recently. I've been doing a ton of yoga, and I just do it at home. I watch YouTube videos. I just don't like paying for the classes, to be honest, although I really do like going to yoga classes. And other than that, just a lot of walking and some running here and there. I am running a marathon in the future, but not until next fall. I am running the Chicago Marathon. If anyone watching this is also running, let me know. I would love to know if you guys are running it as well, but that training won't kick up until the summer. Can you share your experience with postgraduate studies? What made you decide to go further? Will you stop YouTubing full-time to go into practice? So I think you guys are pretty confused about my school/work situation, so allow me to explain. I have been in grad school for just about 3 years now. I finished in May, but I have been going this whole time part-time at night. So I have been working full-time since I graduated from undergrad. The first year I worked full-time as a dietetic intern, and I went to class at night. And then the following 2 years-ish, I worked as an RD in the field and then went to class at night. So I have been working full-time, but also just going to school on the side. I think a lot of people think that I'm in like grad school full-time and then also doing YouTube. YouTube was like my third part-time job for the past few years, just something that I did on the side. So for those of you that don't already know this, I am actually doing YouTube full-time right now, which is like the biggest blessing in the world. But I actually left my job with Charge Nutrition. If you guys have been following me along, you probably saw that I was working with them and doing social media for them and all of that good stuff. I did not leave on bad terms whatsoever. They're an amazing company. I love what they're doing. I just didn't necessarily want to be a part of it anymore because I really wanted to throw all of my energy into this channel and just see if I could make it work. So I am doing YouTube full time. I will graduate in the spring with my master's degree in nutrition education, and no, I don't plan on going back into practice or into the field because I absolutely love what I'm doing. I think I have the best job in the world, and I have no intentions of going back to what I was doing before because this is just what I was meant to do. How did you decide to be a dietitian, and more about what motivated you to do a marathon? I kind of answered the first question, but as far as motivating me to do a marathon, I always just wanted to do one. It was always kind of like a bucket list thing for me. But my biggest motivator was probably when I ran my first half marathon, which was like years ago now, but I just remember when it ended, I didn't want to stop running, and I was like, I can totally run a marathon, this was cake. Do you tend to pick a healthier option on the menu when going out to eat? Yes, probably. I mean, I guess it depends on where I am, but most of the time I would say yes, and that's just because I really enjoy healthy food. What is your current job? I am doing YouTube full time. Why is your puppy's name Rosie? P.S. I love your videos. Thank you so much. We named her Rosie because I thought it was a cute name, but mainly her full name is actually Rosalita, which is a Bruce Springsteen song. Watching your videos, I've always wanted to know if you drink alcohol, and if so, what is your go-to drink? I do drink alcohol. I'm not a huge drinker. You can ask my family, they think I'm pretty lame, but I mean, listen, I did it up in college. I went to Penn State, it's a party school, I had my fun. By the time college was ending though, I was so over that scene, the whole heavily drinking, I was over it, and I'm still definitely very over it. I have no intentions of going back to that. I just prefer to drink in moderation and just drink more casually, but my go-to drinks would be 9 times out of 10 it's wine. In the winter it's red wine, when it's warmer out it's white wine. In the summer I tend to have a little more variety with my drinking. I love a margarita, but like a good margarita. I'm not wasting my time on any sugary mix stuff. No, it has to be a good margarita. I also, this past summer, fell in love with a gin gimlet because I'm an old man at heart, apparently. And other than that, I mean, I guess like if we go out to like a bar situation, I'll have like a vodka soda. We don't really do that much because Matt and I are just grandparents, but yeah, so that would probably be my go-to at like a bar scene. Where is your favorite place to go with Matt, and one place you really want to visit as a couple? Love your videos. Thank you, Ariana. Favorite place to go with Matt? Probably just the beach in the summer. We're not like huge travelers. I mean, obviously we had a blast in Hawaii on our honeymoon, but probably just the beach. We love going to the beach together in the summer. And where do we want to visit as a couple? Italy, duh. We are actually planning to go hopefully soon-ish. I am obsessed with Italy. I studied abroad in college. I lived in Florence for 4 months, and I have been dying to get back since the day I left. And I really cannot wait to go there with Matt and just show him around and just take him to all the places that I ate and just do all the things in Italy. I cannot wait to go there with him. How has married life been so far? It's been great. No complaints. We've been having a good time, settling into our house a little more. We've got a puppy now. Life is good. After you are done with your degree, will you be working in a clinical setting? I answered that earlier. The answer is no, I am doing YouTube. Next question is just kids with multiple question marks. So yeah, we're definitely planning on having kids, not anytime soon, within the next few years, probably. I'll be honest with you though, like full disclosure, before we got married, up until then, I was like 3 to 5 years, I am not having kids, I want my freedom, blah blah blah, no. And then something about being married, I don't know, I just feel like I have the baby fever or something because I want them sooner, but Matt is like, no, so we're gonna wait. I believe you said in one of your videos you work from home now. Yes, I do. How do you stay motivated, focused, and productive working from home? That's a great question. People ask me all the time, like people, my friends and family, ask me like how I structure my day, and that's a good question because I guess when you work from home, you really can technically do whatever you want. But I pretty much structure my day like any other work day. I get up in the morning, me and Matt wake up at the same time, pretty much just head to my desk very shortly after, and I stay there pretty much the whole day. But what is like the #1 thing to keep me motivated and on task is writing to-do lists and planning out everything in my planner. Do you miss any part of being engaged? Did you like the wedding planning or glad it's over? I definitely really like the wedding planning. I did that whole series here on my channel. I had a lot of fun with the wedding planning. Am I sad that it's over? Not necessarily. I mean, some days I get pretty nostalgic and I'll look back at the pictures, and it's just, the saddest part is just how fast it goes. And like, it's literally just one day, and you know, you think about it so much over the whole time you're planning it and while you're engaged. And it's just one day and everybody moves on. Like, everyone forgets about your wedding, you know, once a week rolls by. So that's probably the saddest part, is just how fast it goes and how it's just like a little blip in your whole life. At the end of the day, I'm happy that it's over, because it is very time consuming and it's really nice just to have a little bit of that time freed up. What is your favorite place to shop and how do you define your style? That's a good question. I would say probably majority of my clothes are from J. Crew, or probably mainly the J. Crew outlet. I just love their stuff, it's classic. I guess my style is very classic. In the winter it's definitely a little more preppy, and then in the summer it's a little more like boho, I guess. But yeah, just very classic. I'm like a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. I don't really get too crazy with my fashion choices. What made you decide to go on YouTube? I'm glad that you did. Thank you, that's very sweet. I am also glad that I decided to go on YouTube. The reason I started my YouTube channel just over like 3 years ago was actually to start sharing makeup tutorials, which you guys probably know I don't really do anymore. But that was kind of how I started, and I absolutely just love creating videos. Editing them is my absolute favorite part. So really it was just a hobby for me. It was something that was fun. Back in college I had like a blog, and I used the YouTube videos kind of to like speckle into the blog and just add more value. And then I decided that blogging wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, because I just discovered this passion for creating like video content. So I just decided to focus on that as my hobby, or like my part-time focus. So yeah, that's how I started. Do you and your husband work together on YouTube like Alex Garza? If not, is Matt interested in doing that with you in the future? Much love. No, Matt does not work on YouTube with me. Sometimes you'll see him here and there in my videos, but other than his voiceover he did for that one video, it's just me, pretty much a one-woman show. He works full-time, so no, he does not work with me. We like to joke around, like, oh, one day maybe you can quit your job, which I don't know if that'll ever actually happen, but I think he would. Although I don't know if I'd ever want to start like a full-on vlog channel and be like a daily or weekly vlogger. I don't know if that's for me, and I feel like that's generally what people do when they work together as a couple. They always have a vlog channel, so I don't know, we'll see. Do you look more like your mom or dad, and which one's personality do you have? That's a good question. I'm honestly a mix of both. People who don't know me very well will immediately say I look so much like my mom, but then people who know me really well, like my family, will say that I look so much like my dad. But honestly, I think I'm definitely a mix. I would say personally, I think I look more like my mom. And personality-wise, again, I'm a mix. Definitely more my dad. We're very like head down, hardworking, like have that entrepreneurial attitude. We also have like the same sense of humor, and socially, I feel like we're very similar. Then again, I have a lot of the same traits as my mom. We are both Cancers, so we are kind of like homebodies, and we just like our people, and we're very sensitive on the inside, hard on the outside. So we have a lot of like the similar traits as far as that goes. So I don't know, I'm definitely a mix. What is your favorite unhealthy meal to treat yourself, and what is your favorite superfood? Favorite unhealthy meal, like any kind of Italian food. I freaking love Italian food. And favorite superfood, probably just like any fruit that's like especially antioxidant packed, like pomegranates. I love pomegranates. What studies did you do? My undergrad degree is in nutritional sciences. It's a bachelor's of science. I am just about finished up with my master's, which is in nutrition education, and then I also did a dietetic internship as well. I guess that counts as studies. Hi Becca, what are some tips and tricks you can share about budgeting and saving for a new house? I guess my biggest tip would be come up with a percentage that you feel comfortable with, and put that percentage of, you know, whatever's coming in monthly, put that away every single month, and just don't touch that money. Make whatever adjustments you need in order to be able to put that away, and just watch it grow. Do you have any siblings? If so, what are their names? Would you ever consider doing a sibling video with them? I think that would be really cool. Thanks, Brittany. That's actually my sister who commented on this. If you guys want to see a sister tag video, let me know and we can make that happen. What are your long-term goals? Are you planning to do YouTube as long as you can? And what are you planning to do with your graduate degree down the line? Yeah, I plan on maxing out this YouTube possibility for as long as possible. I really, truly love to do this, and the fact that I could work from home is just like, I could cry. It makes me seriously so happy. So definitely planning on doing this as long as I possibly can. And as far as graduate degree down the line, I have no idea. Right now, I'm just planning on getting it and having it in my arsenal. One thing that's cool about a master's degree is I could potentially teach down the line. I believe in like Catholic schools. So that would be something potentially in the future that I would want to do. I think about that a lot actually. So maybe, we'll see, I don't know. How do you take such good pictures of your food and yourself? Thank you, that's a compliment that you think they're good pictures. As far as my flat lay pictures, I literally bought a piece of marble like sticky paper off of Amazon and stuck it on a poster board. It's nothing fancy. If you've seen my kitchen and my videos, there are no marble countertops and it is not nearly that bright in there. And as far as my pictures of me, my husband takes them. He just, I don't know, he's pretty good at it, I guess. Could you see yourself and Matt moving to the West Coast? It's a good question. Probably never, because we live right by family, and I don't see myself ever moving away from family, especially with the, thinking about having kids in the somewhat near future. I just wouldn't want to move away from my parents and my sister and Matt's whole family. I just wouldn't want to do that. Sounds like a cool idea, especially because I feel like on the West Coast, they embrace health and wellness a lot more, and there's just a lot more opportunities and even just like healthy restaurants out there versus where, here on the East Coast. It would be cool because I do have friends out there. My friend Kylie lives in LA and my friend Cassie lives in San Francisco. They were both bridesmaids in my wedding, so that would be cool, but it's probably not gonna happen. Where did you get your dog from? She is so stinking cute, thank you. We got her from a breeder called Yesteryear Acres, and it's in Ohio. Next question is, are you consider never doing your master's? Would you consider doing your master's? Well, considering I am about to finish my master's in a few months, yeah, I'm considering it. If you only had 30 minutes a day to cram a workout in at home, what exercises would you choose? My answer to that is simple. I would pick a workout that I enjoy doing at that point in my life. Some days that may be yoga, other days that may be a high intensity workout. It really just depends on what I'm into and what I'm excited to do at that moment. What's your favorite date night? Matt and I are very simple. Our date nights are usually just going out to dinner because it's one of our favorite things to do together. What Disney princess do you associate yourself most with? That's an easy one, Ariel. What do you and your husband do to strengthen your marriage? Honestly, just spending time together. Our love languages are both quality time, and we're actually like kind of in the process of reading the book together, like at night before we go to bed. We don't do it every night, but I'm trying to get him on board to read through it with me because it is such a powerful book. If you guys haven't read it, the 5 love languages, you definitely should. But we both know that our love language is quality time, so our primary one at least. So spending time together is like the biggest thing for us. Would you vlog your pregnancy? I'm obviously not pregnant now, but I guess this means in the future, 100%. I am like literally obsessed with pregnancy. I think it is the coolest thing ever. I loved learning about it in undergrad, so much so that I almost like abandoned the idea of becoming an RD and was going to go to school just for like maternal and child nutrition and focused my whole career on only pregnant women, but I decided to not go so narrow in case that didn't work out. But I am like literally so obsessed with pregnancy and breastfeeding. I think it's the coolest thing on earth. And even though pregnancy is not a walk in the park, I am so excited to go through it myself and experience it myself. So yeah, I will definitely be sharing my thoughts and everything like that, all the dirty details on my YouTube channel whenever that does happen. Do you ever or have you ever struggled with disordered eating tendencies? No, I have been very fortunate in that. That's not ever something that has plagued me, if you will. How did you get into running and how do you keep yourself motivated through the training process? I have always ran, like ever since middle school probably, I've always just to run as a workout. And how do you stay motivated through the training process? I always just follow a training guide and pretty much follow it to a T. Especially when I ran my marathon, I never ever missed a long run, and I think that's why I felt so great and had so much fun during the marathon. So the biggest motivator is just the fact that you have to run it at the end. It's kind of gets you off your butt and gets you moving. So just thinking about how you want to feel good during the marathon or half marathon and you don't want to like struggle through it and want to die. You want to actually run it and have trained for it so you can feel good. Hi Becca, I'm a college student. I've had a lot of people look at me weird when I tell them I want to be an RD because they think I won't be successful or that it's not a good enough job. Did you ever have that when you were studying? Honestly, no, I've never experienced that. That's like rude, first off. Everyone I ever came across in college always thought it was cool I studied nutrition, but I don't know. Honestly, there's a huge need for nutrition professionals. Just look at our country. So many people are obese, diabetes is going through the roof, everyone's dying from heart disease, so there is a huge need for people in nutrition, and we basically have job security. So it is an amazing profession and you get to help people. So just tell those people to screw off. They obviously have no idea what's going on in this country. How did you and your husband meet? By the way, you guys are so cute and I love your videos. Keep it up. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Matt and I actually met in high school. We dated when we were in high school. He is a couple years older than me. When he went off to college, we broke up for like 6 years, totally went our separate ways, and then ended up getting back together. Any tips, Becca, for starting out running? My biggest tip, if you really want to like start and actually do it and stick with it, pick a race. Don't just decide you're gonna run just to run. Pick a race and get on some kind of training program. It doesn't have to be a long race, but just any kind of race that you know you are locked into and you're going to have to do, and then just follow a training program and that will get you into a consistent routine. What is your least favorite part about being a dietitian? I mean, as far as my job now, I don't really have any least favorite parts, but I guess my least favorite part of being a dietitian, like overall in general, was I did not like clinical. Clinical is not for me. I did not like it. I didn't like it in my internship. I didn't really like it as when I worked in clinical as a dietitian in the field. That was my least favorite part. What do you tell your hairstylist when you get your hair colored? I basically just ask for blonde balayage, but actually the next time I get my hair done in a couple months, my hairstylist Alyssa and I are actually going to film everything. So she's going to show you everything she does, what she uses, and tell you guys everything you would need to ask your stylist if you want my kind of hair. What are you watching on Netflix? We pretty much just finished watching The OA, which was pretty good actually. It was very different, very interesting, but I would recommend it. And then we just started watching The Killing, which is alright. I'm into it, I guess. But we also have been watching Game of Thrones, like from the beginning, which is on HBO. But we've been watching that like over the last few months as well. What's your favorite unhealthy food besides baked brie? Thank you, Ashley. You obviously watched my holiday video. I love me some baked brie around the holidays, but probably my favorite unhealthy food, probably chocolate chip cookies. Honestly, you can never go wrong. Like a good chocolate chip cookie, not like Chips Ahoy or anything like that, like a really good freshly baked one. Oh, they're so good. What's your typical day like? I get up in the morning, I sit at my desk, do work all day, I sometimes film, try and work out at some point during the day if I have time, and then I work up until Matt comes home from work, sometimes even after he's home from work. We'll have dinner, we'll hang out, watch some TV or some Netflix, and then we go to bed. How did your thesis presentation go? It went very well, thank you for asking. What's your absolute must-have makeup product? That's tough. Probably bronzer or like mascara slash lash primer. I'd have to have both, I couldn't just have one. So either one of those. How do you feel about juice cleanses? I find them to be extreme. I'm not a fan. What is your favorite thing to do when you have a night all to yourself? That's a great question. Probably throw on a face mask and then lay on the couch and watch YouTube videos on the big TV. Do you ever get fast food? If so, what is your favorite thing to order? I honestly never get fast food. Do you carry designer handbags or whatever you think is cute? I guess I technically do carry designer handbags. I always get my handbags from outlets though and like wait for them to go away on sale. I never pay full price for handbags. I'm just not really like, that's just not my thing. Like I don't like to spend a lot of money on like shoes or handbags. Like I don't really care enough. Would I potentially buy like one really nice handbag in the future, like maybe like one Louis Vuitton and have that for the rest of my life? Possibly, but I'm never going to be someone who has like lots of designer handbags just laying around. Like it's just not for me. What is your favorite foundation? I love the CoverGirl Outlast 3-in-1. It's the one with like the teal lid or top. I feel like that foundation is so underrated, but it is so good. What field do you ultimately want to go into as an RD? All along, as I was studying and as I became an RD, I thought that was one-on-one counseling. I did do that. I found out it was not the right fit for me, so now the right fit for me is YouTube, and I plan on doing that for as long as I possibly can. Your eyelashes are amazing. What is your secret? Thank you so much. I literally never had nice eyelashes until I started using a lash serum. I use New Lash, and it has changed my life. It is worth every single penny, and I always link it below all my videos if you guys are ever curious. Did you like chemistry in high school / college? I absolutely hated with a passion, wanted to rip my hair out / cry every single day during inorganic chem, but the exact opposite with organic chem. I loved organic chem. I just understood it so much more, and I actually really liked it. What was your job like as an RD before you started YouTube full time? My first job in the field as a dietitian was a clinical job. I worked in long-term care and it was alright. I just don't really like clinical to begin with, but they're just like the only jobs you can really get for the most part, fresh out of your internship. And then my second job was way cooler. I did counseling one-on-one and I also did social media for a nutrition startup. Do you speak any other languages? No, I wish. I took Spanish for like a million years up until senior year of high school, and I actually got pretty good at it, but then completely lost it because I never ever took a class again. And then when I lived in Italy, when I studied abroad, I picked it up actually pretty well, but then I moved home and I lost that again. So I actually would love to learn Italian like completely and become like semi-fluent because I loved that language. Favorite book is probably either Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna or Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Read those in the past few years and they were really, really good. Also My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult, I think is how you say it, was always my favorite book for a really long time. Movie-wise, I'm not a huge movie person, but I do have a few favorites and they are so random. The first one is Titanic. It's a classic and I am obsessed. The second one is Baby Mama with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey. I love them together and I think that movie is hilarious. And the third one is so random, Law Abiding Citizen with, what's his name, Gerard Butler. That movie is so good. What is your perspective on faith and God? Did you have a religious upbringing? I did have a religious upbringing. I went to Catholic school pretty much my whole life, all through high school. And I will be honest, I kind of got out of touch with my faith and going to church and everything like that once I went to college and somewhat in high school. I do definitely believe in God, and very recently I had actually made it a priority in my life to get more in touch with my faith and that part of my life. You and Matt seem to have a huge height difference. How tall are you? We definitely do have a height difference. Matt is 6'6" and I am 5'5", so he is just a little bit over a foot on me. What motivated you to be your own boss, and some tips on making that scary jump? I would say the biggest motivator, or the biggest reason that I made the jump, took the leap of faith, if you will, was I already had a really good channel kind of built up. And I knew that if I went full-time, I could really just bust my ass pretty much and really grow it even more. I kind of got to the point where I was just frustrated because I was so passionate about doing YouTube and making these connections online and helping people through my, creating content. And I was so frustrated because I felt like I was being pulled in so many other directions with work and with my job, and it just kept pulling me away from doing what I really like to do. Mind you, when I did go full-time, it had been almost 3 years since I uploaded my first video, so it has been a long time coming. So much sweat and tears and just grunt work has gone into this channel over the years, and I knew that I had, something, and I knew if I was able to just go after it, I could make it happen. And so far it's going well, but honestly the biggest thing for me was, aside from all of that, was just having Matt's support. It was actually on our honeymoon when I decided to make this leap, and we were sitting down to lunch, we were having a grand old time, a few beers in, and I just threw it out there. I was like, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna quit my job. I can do it. I know I can do it. And he was like, honestly, I've got your back, 100%. You can do it. I know you can. I've got you. We'll be fine. You should do it. And hearing him say that was like, holy crap, am I actually gonna do this? Like, am I actually gonna put my 2 weeks in on my first day back from my honeymoon? Like, holy shit. So having his support was everything, and that was what made me just make up my mind like that. I knew if I had his support, we would make it happen, and so far it's working out. Alright guys, so those are all the questions I will be answering in today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing my answers. I hope that you feel like you were able to get to know me a little better. I love doing Q&As, so I will definitely be doing more of these in the future. But remember, if you have any suggestions / requests of things that you would like to see in my 50K giveaway for when I do hit 50K, which is just so crazy to me. But let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear you guys' feedback because I really want it to be geared towards what you guys would like to see. But yeah, so that is all I have for this video. If you guys are not following me on Instagram and Snapchat, you should definitely do so. I am on there pretty much all the time and love connecting with you guys on there. And of course, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please make sure to do that as well so you can be part of my little community here on YouTube and also be around for when this 50K giveaway happens. But that's all I have, so thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I really hope that I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!